I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Those are rich men, north of Richmond.
Hey, darling. Yes, it does.
I wish politicians look out for miners, not just miners on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the whole beast milking welfare. Well, God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. 'Cause the rich men, north of Richmond.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like my favorite song right now.
I've been selling my...
So I'm driving back to Minneapolis right now. I'm trying to get there as soon as possible because, well, Minneapolis, Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes. And boy, do I love that. I really like Minnesota. I really do. And it's funny because that's Babe's favorite team is right there in Minnesota. So I would definitely consider getting the summer house. I would definitely not want to live out here in the wintertime. But what the hell just fell? Yep. I'm gonna go do some fishing. I gotta go to the dump. I gotta do a dump run. But that's about it. I don't have anything else to do until Monday. Monday I gotta go to the warehouse and drop off all the tools that we've used. We're just gonna leave them at the warehouse and they'll just be stored there for if ever somebody else has to come out here to work or whatever, they'll have tools when they come out here. And then I gotta turn in the truck and I'm flying home. So that's gonna happen on Monday. But until then, I'm trying to go catch me some bass, or I caught a northern pike the other day, big ass, long ass fish. But it was nice getting rid of that skunk that I had been on for a while. Yeah. How are you doing, darling? Not sure if you're still here. Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully the fishing's good on your end. Don, huh? He's target number one. He is enemy number one, though. Gotta understand that. And that's why our vice president is, they made sure to put a nice DEI hire in there just so that, she could be the next vice president or president. That's my prediction. I believe that J.D. Vance's wife is going to be the first woman president. I don't even know her name, but I get the feel of it, and I've been predicting that Trump headshot for many years now. Before he even made presidency, just look at the Illuminati cards that came out in 1995. That predicted 9/11. That predicted school shooters. That predicted Donald Trump with his toupee coming off his head, headshot. That showed. The one thing that it did get wrong was it showed Hillary Clinton being president. It's funny, I just watched a documentary right now. Do you know who Michael Moore is, Darlene? The film director, Michael Moore? Yeah, it feels like I've been gone for a while. I gotta say, one positive thing is I haven't had to deal with any rain or snow. Cold and wind, yes, but nothing crazy. 19 degrees. I dealt with 19 degrees the other day. Well, it felt like 19 degrees is what the phone told me. The phone was telling me how I felt, but no, it said it was 19 degrees is what it felt like, but it was like 24 degrees Fahrenheit. But with the wind and all that stuff. Oh, good morning, Maddie. How you doing? Okay, you do know who Michael Moore is. Have you seen the movie Fahrenheit 11/9? Not Fahrenheit 9/11, because that's probably the first one that that was the one that made it big. But Fahrenheit 11/9. That is pretty interesting. It's pretty much it's a documentary about how Hillary Clinton lost the 2016 election, and what's crazy is that I didn't realize Hillary was packing them fucking arenas like Trump. No one packs the arenas like Trump, but Hillary was packing them. How is it that Joe Biden 4 years ago got the most record amount of votes when he can't fucking pack out a goddamn cafeteria? I think okay, because my opinion on elections. They're not elections, they're selections. And they're selected by, big corporations, I guess you could say multiple corporations, and they all get together and they all do weird things in the woods, and they all do their thing or whatever, and then they have sit downs and they decide on very important things, and then it's all political theater after that. The media has let Trump play them for a fool since decades before he ran, and even years before he ran the first time, when he was on a ticket with Jesse Ventura. You guys remember that? What was that, like 2001? He was on the ticket with Jesse Ventura. He got beat out by oh man, it was a nobody. But he ran as an independent, I believe. And Pat cannon beat him. And so yeah, that was the first time he ran for president. But anyways, Trump used to call these news stations, okay? He would call them late at night when they were doing, you know, when like Bill O'Reilly was hot, and like Rush Limbaugh was the thing. He used to call like Fox News and NBC, and he would call on their late night lives because they would actually take phone calls, and he would disguise his voice a little bit and say that he was some kind of like Trump's agent or Trump's lawyer. He'd always say something like that, but it was actually himself going up there and just acting like he was one of his agents or whatever, promoting his stuff, but he was actually just promoting himself, but under a false name. I remember one time his name was Barron. This was back when Barron was still in Trump's nuts. You think the Antifa? I don't think so. I mean, we're gonna have protests, and it's gonna be the fucking crazy crying lady, you know, the lady crying and shit, and sitting there crying like a bitch. Jennifer Lopez was crying like a bitch. It's fucking hilarious. So yeah, people like that just might, you know, try to rile up the. You know, he fucking riled them up. Why not them? And there's always people like Soros or whatever that's willing to pay to be a disruptor and order fucking agent provocateurs come in and fucking destroy cities and shit like that and start fires and all that shit. So yeah, Maddie, I agree. That's a very good possibility. I do like that dude Bobby Kennedy. I'm really hoping that Trump goes through with at least half of the things that he's promised. And there's a couple things that I'm holding just to see what happens. But there's one that, you know, he made a promise to this guy Dave Smith. Dave Smith was probably the leading candidate for the independents. And he's actually a fucking comedian. And I've been following him and his crew, the Skank Fest crew, or the Legion of Skanks, for a long time. So, you know, he's kind of like a degenerate, but he's always been smart, and he's always been about politics, and he, you know, so he knows a lot of people and all that shit. Anyways, he just sat down with Joe Rogan like the day after the election. So that tells you who he is. So anyways, why was I telling you guys that? Damn it. Damn, I forgot where I was going. I started weaving like Trump does. I don't think that. I think our government is against us all. Well, yeah, I mean, the government has fucking been poisoning us for decades. Okay, they drop aluminum down on us, and they're poisoning not only us, but our pets who eat outside, and they have to catch all kinds of fucking, you know, sun shading is what they're doing, and they're dropping, you know, when they do these I don't want to say it, geoengineering. When they do this geoengineering, when they do cloud crop dusting, they're actually shading the sun from us, and because they don't want us to get that vitamin D, and they're dropping chemicals on us. They're like Bobby Kennedy. That's where I was going, I think. Bobby Kennedy. Bobby Kennedy is exposing what the government's been doing to us through the water system. Through fluoride in our water, what it's doing to us, to our fucking very important nerves in our brains. Okay? Well, they're actually not nerves, they're actually cones and rods. And I'm talking about the pineal gland and how it's calcifying now. When you think of calcification, all you got to do is think about, we've all grown plants, right? If you're growing a plant and you break a branch in half, but you don't break it all the way, you just break it, bend it to where it snaps, but it doesn't rip off. If you leave it there or you support it, you put a string on there or do whatever you got to do to support it, after a few days you'll see that it starts hardening up, and it's like a white surface that goes right there, and it's calcifying and it's hardening, so it's actually making itself stronger. Okay, it's a really good technique when you're growing weed. That way you don't have a tree that just goes up like a Christmas tree and you only got like one nice nug on top that was seeing the light. When you bend your weed plants at a certain age and you support them, then the light that comes down is actually hitting more of your bush instead of just like the top ones. Anyways, what happened? Multi-windows closed. My phone's overheating. Makes no sense. Oh no, hell no, fuck Marfugal. I don't watch Marfugal. I've got, I don't know if they're on this channel, but on old channels that I've had, I've exposed a lot of shit on that guy. The most damning was the way his telephone number, the call-in number, reduces down to 666 so easily. I don't know if he still has that number, but it's literally when you're calling his number, all you're doing is dialing 666. That's it. Oh, Darlene, I'm not sure if you've seen my Instagram or if you're on Instagram, but my old Instagram page, my weed page, is called Outlaw Grow. You'll see on there pictures where where I've damaged my bush, and then a few days later it's like right there. It's like a bicep. It grows a muscle like a bicep, and that's how the plant will grow. Like it's just a lot stronger. It's crazy. You could just look it up, and I'm sure there's plenty of videos on that. Yeah, Marfugal is he's been saying the world's gonna fucking blow up for how many years now? Plus he was friends with John ex-Army. Let's not forget that motherfucker's doing prison time for trying to murder his baby's mom, for shooting straight at her face. John ex-Army shooting his baby's mom straight towards the face. Mister, he hit her fucking hairpiece, beret, or whatever you call those things, those plastic things that you guys put in your hair, women. Yeah. Marfugal is no good. That's scary. That's what's scary, was having to be in that woman's position, dude. And you know what? I bet she was a good woman, and the fucking internet fucking made him crazy. And obviously he was a government employee, so he's I guess you could literally say he sold his soul. On his fucking marriage finger, he was a married man, but on his marriage finger he had a tattoo of a dollar sign. So he was telling everybody right then and there. He was so in plain sight with it. Married to the money. Strictly to the money. Money first. Oh no, no problem. No problem. I don't hold anything towards anybody if they watch people that that I don't agree with, or I'm not that type of person. That's why I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. That's why I'm just a free thinker. Oh, there's some wild horses out there. Matter of fact, I had to rent a concrete saw yesterday from this tool rental place, and the guy that was helping me out, I could totally tell was a liberal, was a Democrat. Okay, and yesterday and the day before, people have been, you could tell who is a liberal or who voted for who because the way their face looked the day after that election. So I made a comment. He was working on a computer or whatever, and I just said something about. One of the other guys was looking through the news, I think, on the internet. So I kind of motioned to him, and I was like, "Hey," I said, "So is the country on fire yet?" And the liberal guy that was helping me out on my computer, he kind of looked up and was like, "No," kind of like, ah. And so we started talking a little bit, and I just kind of told him about how, at the end of the day, the people that don't give a fuck about us, that really matter, they win. No matter who won that election, like I said earlier, the powers that be, they won. You know why? Because they did another 4 years of divide. They don't want people like me. People that can have a conversation with both sides, disagree on anything we disagree on, but still have enough respect and and care enough about the topics to where we can walk away shaking hands, or we can walk away and not be disgusting to each other, because that's what politics are. You really got to tear that other person down, and they go. I mean, it's WWE now. It's like the World Wrestling Federation now in politics, which is fucking very entertaining. But I've been watching C-SPAN. I've been watching C-SPAN for entertainment for decades, and no, I don't watch it anymore. Like I haven't watched it probably since COVID, maybe. But I still occasionally get videos that'll pop up. They usually just do authors will go up there and talk about their books. It's not really the same as the way it used to be. They still do call-ins though, and that's like my favorite thing to listen to, is them call-ins. But yeah, there I go weaving again. So have you guys seen any of the interviews with Joe Rogan and Donald Trump, or with Joe Rogan and JD Vance, or with Elon Musk? That's another thing. Like, has the Republican Party been fucking infiltrated by Democrats? Let's not forget that Trump and Hillary Clinton Hillary literally attended Trump's wedding. Okay, and they have always been nice, and he didn't put her in prison like he promised us. Like, come on, that's another thing. Come on, let's not forget, when it's election season, all they're doing is lying to you. All they're doing is telling you things that you want to hear. Because as soon as he went into office, he said, "There's no way I'm going to lock her up. Don't you guys know she's my friend?" All right. So, like I said, I'm going to hold him to a couple things, and one is there's a dude that is doing a lifetime in prison for being a troll, pretty much, for trolling. Like, they put him in prison for trolling. And I don't know the whole story, but this guy Dave Smith that was interviewing with Joe Rogan the other day, he was talking about how he knows the mother of this kid that didn't do anything. He was not a robber or a murderer or nothing like that. He was just a troll, dude. I think he might have got over on people onto crypto or something, but not big time. Anyways, he got a life sentence. So they were trying to shut him up for something. And Trump said that the first day in office, that he will let that guy walk free. So I want to see him do that, because that's even though I have no stake in that, like, that doesn't really affect me or the country or anything like that, but it just kind of might point us in the direction of where Trump's head is going to be. Like, is he going to serve these people that he promised? You have. That's cool, Darlene. Good. Yeah. I don't think Joe Rogan was... I think Joe Rogan felt like Trump beat him up. And I don't think Joe Rogan's taking flack for it, and I don't think he should either. But I feel like Joe Rogan really wanted a couple of his questions answered, and Trump made sure to weave around every single one, even though, like it sucks, because Joe Rogan he wasted maybe an hour of just trying to get Trump to come back around to, like, original questions. And, Trump is a professional fucking speaker. Trump is very good at speaking, But anyways, I'm not trying to hate on Trump. Trust me. I think these next 4 years are probably going to be better than the last 4 years. But really, us, the sheep, the tax-paying slaves, it's never really affected us positively. It does negatively. Like right now, it's expensive to buy fucking eggs. It's expensive to buy milk, and it's we see that. Gas prices go up. When you see that during certain regimes, well, there you go. That tells you a lot. Because it doesn't matter what they say. Actions speak louder than words. At the end of the day, it's all just a show. Absolutely. But it's when you realize that, when you've gotten to that point, because for you, Maddie, to be able to say that and really believe that, and I agree with you 100%. You go through stages in order to get to where you're at, Maddie. There's stages to this. When you first start getting into, breaking away from the mainstream narratives and start doing a little bit of your own research and shit like that, you'll go through like a shocked phase. Like you're so shocked at the stuff that you're finding out. So that's, that affects you like that. And then you're so shocked that you want to tell everybody. So that's like another one where you just want to fucking wake everybody up. Like, you want everyone to watch those videos that you watch and to read the shit that you've read, but it always seems like it's a failure. And you start losing friends, and you start becoming the outcast. There's levels to this. There's levels to where you can say that, where you feel comfortable saying that and confident saying that. But let me weave back, a la fucking President-elect Trump. Trump was a Democrat. Elon Musk was a Democrat. Joe Rogan was a Democrat. So that means Dana White. Dana White is very conservative. That's what's crazy about this whole equation, is that Dana White is the reason for all of this. They're all saying, "Oh, Joe Rogan got him over the hump." Yeah, but Dana White set up that interview. Joe Rogan didn't really care about Trump. He knows, this is the thing, Joe Rogan knows some dark shit about Trump, and he's not going to say it because he's not going to rat like that, because he knows what kind of repercussions can happen. But he knows some things, and that, good for him for fucking being able to swallow that for a minute, because, the truth is that if the Democrats won this election, it was probably going to be the last election, if elections are even real. Because let me just give you this scenario. All these immigrants, and I've seen them. I've been in Colorado. I've seen them in Seattle and in Yakima. I've seen these immigrants and these camps or whatever, and I haven't been to the border, but it's true. Like, a lot of fucking immigrants are moving into this fucking country, and they're just living like animals. They're just living like they don't know the language. They don't know. I don't even know why they're here. Like, I don't know, dude. They're all wearing nice clothes. That's what's weird. But anyways, goddamn, why am I weaving? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, about the immigrants, or about the Democrats. If they would have won, they're trying to fast track these illegal immigrants to get an ID. Okay, so it's going to be really easy for immigrants to get a real ID. That real ID, like, I got to get one of them real IDs by May, or else I'm not going to be able to fly no more. Okay, so unfortunately, I don't have my passport, I don't have my birth certificate, I don't have anything. I don't even think I have my social security card anymore. So I had to fucking actually do work the other day and fucking apply for I think I applied for a birth certificate. So they had to give, I mean, they even called me and interviewed me and all kinds of shit over the phone. It was kind of weird. You had to FaceTime, it was weird. But anyways, they're trying to fast track these illegals, okay? And they're trying to get them an ID so that they can vote. So if Kamala would have won this year, in 4 years, all those immigrants would have been fucking able to vote. So the next fucking president would have been, I mean, those people are coming in, and they're going to be loyal to the people that brought them in. They're going to vote Democrat. So, you know, I think that's why Joe Rogan and people like that, they wanted to kick their hat towards Trump. Elon Musk, Democrat. But they tried to censor him. You know, they tried to, like, the way he looks at it is, if they would have won, they would have tried to find a way to get him off of Twitter, because they're going to try to pin some shit on him. You know, these people are big time targets, I'm telling you. I still think Trump is going to be, you know, they're gonna pull his toupee back, you know. But I think that's been set up for a long time. Damn, there's some nice water out here. See, I'm already out here in Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. Let's go! Ready. But yeah. So I am, you know, I do realize that, you know, Trump needed to win in order for, you know, he's not going to make free speech worse. I mean, he's pretty open about the way he speaks, you know what I mean? So I do feel like he is definitely going to help with, you know, the censorship problem that we have. And the thing is there's a lot of like government employees that are shitting bricks, because a lot of these county fucking code enforcement, government fucking tax-paying fucking, or not tax-paying, milking off the taxpayer agencies, these fucking overseeing agencies that do nothing but fuck with people and try to find people, they are going to be out of a job. They're going to be out of a job. If Elon Musk gets a cabinet position, a lot of fucking state and county employees will be fired, and I'm happy about that. Because that's going to free up a lot of fucking tax dollars to come back to us, not to give to another fucking country. To come back to us, to lower taxes on us. That's what I think would be a smart idea. But then again, you know, enslaved. Did you guys know that California passed? Okay, so on a ballot this year was a proposition to end slavery in California. Did you know that it did not pass? What is that bill even about? What are they talking about slavery? Like, is this like these rich motherfuckers that have people locked up and not able to fucking, you know, like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's a wild one. 168 miles to go. I'm okay with that, Darlene. I wish they would do that here. You know, because kids are not growing up like kids no more. When was the last time you seen a child climb a tree for fun and just hang out in the tree? Like, literally, I used to be a sniper. I used to have my little slingshot. I'd be up there and fucking, you know, I'd just scare people. I wouldn't hit people, okay? I swear to God, I'd never hit nobody with a slingshot. I'd tell you if I did. I've done other things that I could tell you, but let's just say, I'm not gonna say it. Let's just say I've been not too nice to bicyclists, okay? Anyways, God damn it. So I forgot what I was gonna say just because I can't believe I fucking did that shit. Me and the homie Ron, I gotta tell you guys, me and the homie Ron were drunk one night and we were out, we were in his little Toyota pickup and we were driving around looking for places to go ride skateboards. And we were stoned and drinking. It was probably about, it was later, probably like 8 or 9 o'clock. And there was, so where we grew up, there's like a little fucking annual thing they call the Tour de Terrace. Okay? And it's like a cycling event that's like the Tour de France, but it's for the city of, you know, where I was at. And so we used to have a lot of fucking cyclists dude, cyclists are the fucking most pieces of shit motherfuckers out there. I swear to God, I'm sorry, but they are. I've never gotten along with a cyclist. But what we did that day was uncalled for, and maybe I already received karma for it. Maybe I won't until later. Maybe that's why I've been stabbed twice in the chest. Well, once, but 2 stabs. But so I hung out the side of my buddy's car while he was driving, and I had a little railroad spike that I would always carry with me, and I fucking probably broke the dude's fucking wrist. And I know I did damage because the dude was laying down on the ground crying as we drove off. This was back like when we were, I don't know, I was probably like 17 years old. Yeah, I mean, like, I still like to go, like, have fun. I mean, I'm not saying like a kid, I don't ride on the fucking handlebars of my friend's bike, but I mean, like, fishing today, that's like fun to me. That's like, that's being in touch with Mother Nature, you know, like, I don't know. But kids, okay, now let me do the devil's advocate, because like I said, Republican, Democrat, neither, right? I can play devil's advocate with my topic here. All right. So yeah, kids are playing video games a lot. Okay, that's all they do, or they're on their computer, their phone, or they're on their video game. Right? Did you guys know that a a majority of brain surgeons, they've done tests, are excellent gamers. The best gamers turn out to be brain surgeons. And think about it. When you're playing video games, when you're playing like an intense video game, you don't have time to think of anything else outside of what you're focusing on. So that would make you focus a lot on something, intricate like a brain surgery. So it kind of makes sense. But it's just like, okay, well, there can only, what did Obama say that day? I'm gonna have to agree with him on this. Obama said, not everybody's gonna be LeBron James or Lil Wayne. What he was saying was, not, everybody can't try to be a rapper because not everybody's gonna be as big as their favorite rapper. So I guess that same concept can go with the gaming thing, Unless it's work. Whatever. No, that's true. That's true. Yeah, because you still got to follow rules and you still got to do it the way somebody else wants you to do it. Man, we're seeing it's really beautiful sunrise today. This is probably going to be the nicest day since I've been out here. It's supposed to be like fucking pretty much California weather out here today. The 50s or 60s. And clear. The other day, when I told you it felt like it was 19, it was 24 degrees, but the phone said that it felt like 19. And it wasn't just the wind chill. You know what else it was? The humidity was 97%. So, you think about down south where it gets like 97 degrees and then the humidity is up to like 88 degrees or 88%. I was in 24 degree temperatures with like 20 degree winds or 20 mile an hour winds and 97 humidity. And I was working outside. So, guess what happened? Since it was humid, and I didn't even realize this while I was working, it happened. So, while I was working, I fucking noticed that my fucking hands and my toes were frozen. They were so fucking cold. And that's because I was working, so my feet were getting sweaty. And coupled with the humidity, or the humidity made me sweat, I guess, but it was freezing outside, so it froze the fucking wet ass toes. When you live in these conditions out here, you really got to learn what you're living in, or else you're not going to fucking like it and you're not going to survive. That's literally what it is. You really got to know what you're dealing with. I don't know. I haven't really been home to even smell a fire. So I downloaded this app that's fucking gives me like real-time fucking data on all the lakes around my area, wherever I'm at. It'll even tell me like where the best fish are, like where the best spots to fish are, like on those lakes. And it'll show me depth. It'll show me, when you know the depth of what of the water that you're fishing, and you know how to get down when you're obviously when you got a step down, usually like sometimes when you're fishing lakes, the bank will be be all like 2 foot of water, maybe 4 feet of water, and then it'll just drop down to like 12. You know, that's where the fish are hiding, right down there, right where that drop is. If you can drop your fucking lure, your bait, or whatever you're fishing with down up in there, you're usually going to catch a bite. So, I just got this app, so hopefully today I'm going to be catching a couple fish. Because I'm going to use that app to my advantage, okay? Because a lot of things matter when it comes to fishing, you know, and it's not just weather, it's what type of fish are you going for, what's it look like at the bottom of that lake, you know. Well, there's a lot of largemouth bass out here. There's pretty much largemouth bass, there's fucking, you know, smallmouth bass, there's northern pike, there's crappie, there's trout, rainbow trout, you know, just stuff like that. I mean, sometimes you'll run into, you know, something bigger or whatever, but that's if you're fishing the river. I'm close to the Mississippi River. Like this lake that I'm gonna be fishing is like, I mean, maybe 5 minutes away from the Mississippi River. So I'll probably spend some time fishing the river today too. I got 2 poles. I got 2 fishing rods, so, you know, I think it's always best to fish with two rods, like, you know, again, you got to know what conditions you're going to be dealing with, or else if you only got 1 rod, you're going to find yourself rigging and, you know, tying half the time. What's up, Wyatt? Let me tell you what it is. It's Omnia Fishing. O-M-N-I-A. Omnia. Omnia Fishing. Really cool, man. And again, this is I mean, Minnesota, 10,000 lakes, and literally, I mean, you see them everywhere when you're on the highway. Look, there's some water right here. Look. Bam. There's people out here already fishing. There's people out here already parked, getting ready to do some fishing. Okay? I don't know why I got you guys zoomed in. Everywhere you look, there's lakes and ponds and creeks, everything. It's crazy how this state even stays afloat. Man, we still haven't even got the best part of this sunrise yet. Well, actually, it looks like the sun's going to be right behind that dark cloud, but you guys can see right here. Right, I'm going to make this bend right here and you'll see it. Oh, man. You guys crooked? Sorry. Look at that. You guys can't even see it the way I do either. That's what sucks. But actually, your guys' view is pretty fucking crazy. Crazy, I said. You know, it sucks that I'm not going to be able to, because I was supposed to be flying home yesterday, but we got, you know, they put more work on us or whatever. So I told my boss, I said, you know, I'm only going to work Friday. I'm taking this weekend off because I'm going fishing. So, you know, I planned on flying home on Friday earlier in the week, but we had to do a few more things and we got it done yesterday. So it's time to go fishing. And the reason that I'm not flying home is because I gotta take this truck back on Monday, and I gotta drop off the tools at the warehouse, and the warehouse is closed all weekend. Am I on I-84? 94. You almost got it. I think it's 94, bro. I think it's I-94. 94 west, or east. I'm heading back east. different fishing technique today too. I'm gonna try the drop shot. I've never actually used a drop shot, so I'm gonna try to teach myself how to do the drop shot and see if I can catch some fish doing that today too. I'm gonna have time today. That's what's nice. I'm gonna have time to fish. It's not fucking get off work and then have only like an hour or two of sunlight before it gets dark. You know. It is 7:30. 7:30. I left the hotel about 4 in the morning. I could have stayed out there in North Dakota, but and man, look at that sky, dude. Look at that sun. Dude, it looks way cooler for me. Oh, the tail at the end of it, that's crazy. The way the sky is just cracking open right there. So yeah, I almost stopped over there in Bismarck, North Dakota, because I could have went about 60 miles north and went and fished Devil's Lake. That lake looked fucking cool as fuck, and it had like other lakes around it or whatever. It looked like a really good fishing spot, but I'm not gonna do that. I gotta get out of North Dakota, get into Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. I love that shit. Look. Every time I mention lakes, I'm going to be able to show you a fucking lake. Look. I know you did. I figured you did. Look at it. Tell you what the names of these lakes are. Come on. Man, this fucking truck jumps so much I can't even push anything. Alright, so we're about to pass Baugh Lakes waterfowl production area. What's a waterfowl production area? Because see, there's like a bunch of fucking little lakes right there. Like literally, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like maybe 20 lakes all around each other. Elbow Lake to the right. Every fucking place, every city, every town has all kinds of lakes. I love it. Hopefully somebody's telling me what a waterfowl is, or else I'll look it up later. Crazy is that looking at this area from Google Maps, it's crazy how I was just in Seattle, Washington, and that area, the Washington area, where, I mean, it's kind of the same shit, the same landscape, because out there is like, I don't know, there's history to it or whatever, but I don't really know too much about it. but I think a river like busted through there and fucking made all kinds of creeks and all kinds of little routes. The water did, and they built around that shit. It looks crazy. Oh, look at Sasquatch. I don't think you saw it. I saw an antelope yesterday while we were working. Big ass antelope. Yeah, you're right. They're ponds. You're right. Most of them are ponds. You're right. But there's fish in them, dude. You're right. A lot of farming out here. Beautiful country. I'm telling you, all Babe has to say is let's move to Minnesota. Get her some Vikings season tickets. Is a bird. So why did that shit say, what did it say? Let me read it again. Oh shit, we already passed it. Damn, what did I say it was? Okay, so Nelson Lake is coming up, and right next to that is Aldridge Lake and Moon Lake. All within like a fucking 5-mile radius. Uh-oh, here come the cops. Look out for the cops. Look out for the cops. Uh-oh. Something's going on. Car accident probably. Looks like somebody ran into the center. Hazards. People, you're fucking right on my ass, people. Looks like a work truck got out of control. Truck. Oh yeah, somebody, yep, trailer. His trailer came unhitched. That sucks for him. That's what happens when you're in a hurry. Yes, sir. All right, Darlene. Take care. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. If I get hot today, I might just start a live stream. I'm feeling kind of confident today. Going back to a little spot that I know, and like I said, now I got this app that now I can, because the water is not super clear. You know what I mean? Now I can go to that app and see where the fish are hiding. They'll be somewhere around the rocks. There's rocks in the water. There's wood. There's logs. Those are the prime spots right there for bass. You know what I need to invest in? Underwater GoPro, or a camera that you can use underwater, because that right there, that'll teach you a lot about fishing right there. You can learn yourself some fishing if you're actually watching what you're doing with your rig underwater and how the fish are reacting to it. That'll make you a better fisherman. Do you guys know that? I didn't even fucking realize this right now. I mean, I just realized this right now. The fucking owner of the company, the owner of my company, is, what did Daryl say he was? He came in 17th place at the at the World Series of Bass Tournament, or whatever, the Bass Tournaments. I forgot what they're called. But he didn't, not 17th in the world, but 17th in the region, which is fucking good. That dude could probably drop some knowledge. Yeah. I'm sure he hates newbies and people that just want to fucking pick, like pick his brain, or, find out what the fuck is on his rig. What are you using to bait or catch fish? I hate, that's like when I used to skateboard and shit, and people would walk up to me and be like, how do you do a kick flip? Like, dude. So we're not gonna get that nice sunrise because of the thick clouds, I guess. Burnsville, Minnesota is my target. 2 more hours. I think I'm gonna stop and get something to eat next time. Next time there's something, maybe a truck stop or something. I'm hungry. What's good? Wendy's. Wendy's breakfast is good, dude. For fast food breakfast or whatever, that shit's bomb. That breakfast baconator, some French toast sticks, off the easy. We got Lobster Lake, Lake Williams. Oh, shit. God damn, that's a big one. Lake Mary is big. Lake Andrew. Pocket Lake. Echo Lake. Grant Lake. Ocean Mill Lake. I said Lobster Lake already, right? Dude. Lake Minna. I hope that cop didn't see me fucking go off the road right there. Fuck him. Like a lobster. That's probably why it's called Lobster Lake. It looks like the lobster claws. That's pretty cool.
like Stalin's like chief torturer, the head of Stalin's secret police, and he's like chief torturer, truly evil human being. Like this guy Beria, one of his famous quotes was, "Show me the man, and I'll show you the crime."
Right.
They decide that you're the target, and then they figure out the crime afterwards.
That's the issue.
That's the issue.
They decided
SpaceX was the target.
They just figured out the
crime afterwards.
Which is so crazy because that's exactly what they're saying Trump is going to do if he gets into office.
They're doing all the things that they accuse Trump of doing.
Yeah.
Openly.
Openly.
I mean,
the sheer number of hoaxes that the Democratic Party is pushing.
What? Holy shit! And he's saying it with a straight face. And he fucking is serious. And he is very right. 100%. These words are powerful. People need to hear this shit, man. People that don't believe in hoaxes. People that believe everything that the fucking mainstream tells them. Just listen to that again.
Chief torturer, the head of Stalin's secret police, and he's like chief torturer, truly evil human being. Like this guy Beria, one of his famous quotes was, "Show me the man, and I'll show you the crime."
They
decide that you're the target, and then they figure out the crime afterwards.
That's the issue.
They
decided SpaceX.
They decided SpaceX was the target. They just figured out the crime afterwards.
Which is so crazy because that's exactly what they're saying Trump is going to do if he gets into office.
They're doing all the things that they accuse Trump of doing.
Yeah.
Openly.
Openly. The sheer number of hoaxes that the Democratic Party is pushing over and over again. It's like, look, I understand like politicians are gonna, exaggerate. They're gonna misspeak, and they'll tell occasional, untruths, whatever. That's how it is in politics. But when you have deliberate, concerted, repeated pushing of hoaxes, you're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too far.
And you're supposed to be the good guys.
You're supposed to be, and you claim to be the good guys. I'm like, exactly.
You're supposed to be the progressive.
Too far with the hoaxes. Now let's not forget, this is the same guy that fucking made you think that he has a car floating in space right now. I don't believe that hype. But he admitted that it was so real that it looks fake. So, Elon Musk, he's a diamond in the rough, I say.
Yes, the
Dems are like, oh, we're the good guys. We're the honest people. No, hang on. You can't claim to be. You're like, wait a second. Like, come on, man. This is too far.
And you're supposed to be the good guys.
You're supposed to, and you claim to be the good guys. I'm like, exactly.
You're supposed to be the progressives.
Yes, the
Dems are like, oh, we're the good guys. We're the honest people. No, hang on. You can't claim to be the good guys. You can't claim to be the honest people. If you're deliberately pushing hoaxes that have been debunked thoroughly.
Yeah.
Like even Snopes, which is a liberal thing, says it's bogus. Like the fine people hoax.
Obama just said that on stage.
Obama just said that. I was like, what the flying fuck?
He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. They're just...
Hey. I don't know. I don't like putting these guys at pedestals or nothing like that. But to hear Elon Musk say, what the flying fuck? When he's talking about hoaxes and exposing hoaxes? Bro. I like that. I can ride with that.
That's a flat
on if you're honest people. If you're deliberately pushing hoaxes that have been debunked thoroughly. Like even Snopes, which is a liberal thing, says it's bogus. Like the fine people hoax.
Obama just said that on stage.
Obama just said that. I was like, what the flying fuck?
He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. They're just going
flat out fucking lie.
Flat out lie.
Flat out fucking lie.
How about the other one where Kamala's campaign used what Trump was saying about protecting women and from illegal immigrants? Remember that?
What he was saying,
the women like it or not, I'm gonna do it. When he was saying that, they were trying to say that he was taking away women's right to choose whether women.
Rogan's been fucking practicing that fucking Trump impression so much lately. Oh man. Hey, did you guys fucking know that? Okay, I'm sure you guys heard in the fucking news about the guy the comedian that Trump had on like a few days before the election that roasted Puerto Rico, Tony Hinchcliffe. Yeah, that's like that's who me and Tag went to see back in June in LA. That's the dude that runs the podcast called Kill Tony. He's a roast comedian. He's a roaster. He was only doing what he does. Have you guys heard the joke? If you haven't, I'm gonna have to cut it out and play it for you guys next time I do a live stream. It is fucking hilarious. Even more hilarious is when I explain it to you guys and I explain to you how the media could do something good with that whole thing, but they decided not to. They decided to try to use it against Trump. You know, Tony Hinchcliffe was shitting his pants that election night, because if Trump would have lost, all the comedy world would have blamed it on Tony Hinchcliffe. Have you guys seen that clip? It's the day that it was at the, okay, so this guy, Kill Tony, his podcast is so big that he's actually done his podcast at the Madison Square Garden, which is fucking huge. But that's where Trump was doing that speech at. And so Tony was there at the Madison Square Garden. So there was Elon Musk there, Dana White was there, Melania was there. There was a lot of fucking speakers. I think Ben Carson even came up and spoke. I didn't know Ben Carson was still on the Trump train. He must be wanting to get back in that cabinet. Carlitos way! I just got back from North Dakota and drove through Minneapolis. Holy shit! Trip out. It's a nice drive. It's nice because that 94, man, has no traffic at night. There's like absolutely no traffic. I don't even need to fuel up. I'm just want to get some food. All right, I'm gonna shut it down. Sorry about that. Welcome, Carlitos. I'm gonna hook you up with a wrench because why not? But don't delete anybody. That doesn't give you. That's just so you can drop the link to your page or anything relevant or whatever. That doesn't mean that you can just block people. Okay? We're super anti-blocking around here. But yeah, welcome. So I'm gonna eat really quick, and then let me see, where am I at? I have 2 hours more to drive, but there's this Lake Dakota. Let me show you. Let me show you. How do I show you? Bam, bam. 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 So this is where I'm at on the left right there right now. About to eat some Subway. And there's Lake Dakota. Look at that. So maybe I'm gonna go, maybe I'll go throw the rod a few times before I get back on the road. So yeah, if I like it and I catch one, I'll go live, guys. All right, peace.